But if we grow it, it will be more important. So our target is to grow it. What's her target? To grow it as well. If she grows it, she can afford more rental space. She can afford better infrastructure. She can afford more people. In essence, she will be promoted and have other people work with her. Not for her, because no one works for anyone else. People work with people, alongside people. So our recruitment process, we decided to make it so people-centric that we rarely, and I mean rarely, unless we're recruiting for a very specific job that is very senior, we rarely screen CVs. Now, if anyone here is in HR, he will tell me that's wrong. What we do is we screen people. So we have a recruitment up and day. We get people in. We see people. We look them in the eyes. They look us in the eyes. We talk to them. And then we understand what they're all about and what we're all about. Yeah? We create an open day. We get people into a mass screening. However, what will come out of it is human beings. So that's why we care about the analytical skills testing and the psychological testing. At the same time, we definitely do a background check to make sure that the individuals who are gonna work with us are the right individuals with the right backgrounds and the right history. Isn't it? Very good. Now, if you today want to apply for a company to get an internship, what's most important? Who can help me? The brand is most important for you, yeah? Sorry?
Opportunity for growth and learning.
Very good.
Job profile.
More, I need to hear more.
The ideals of the company.
Okay, can you please, by turn, whoever I listen to raise his hand now with this question. Whoever I listen to, raise his hand in this question, please. I believe I listened to you first, and then to you first, second, and then to you. Okay, do you know why did I listen to those people in this sequence? Sorry? That's one of the reasons. You are one of the people who voiced their opinions, isn't it? Probably. Did I hear you? No. There were too many people shouting, and this is what's available in the market today. So I heard from the gentleman because he put himself in the front. I heard from the gentleman because he was the first. You were the first to speak, yeah? I heard from the gentleman because he took the silence opportunity within the chat. Yeah? When everyone started talking, he came out after that immediately. This is what companies should do, but this is also what you should do. Stand out. And each can stand out in his own way. To fit our organization, we think about sustainable and organic growth. Thus, we think about balanced recruitment. We are multicultural. I don't believe in our organization you will find more than 3 people of a nationality maybe. Now it's not like we recruit with quotas. We need 2 Lebanese, 2 Syrians, not really. However, what happens eventually is it's a multicultural environment where anyone who is decent fits, anyone who is hardworking fits, and anyone who have a mindset of not being average fits. And this is why we have full focus on who are the employees, how can they be retained, and growth. What are the possibilities of employees' growth? You never want to recruit people who don't want to grow. Because by them stagnating, they sit in a place, although some companies prefer them. Secretary does secretarial work for the coming 40 years. Easy. No much demands, no much headache, no much job security issues, no much search for change, sits there and does that. This is not what you want if you are a company who wants to evolve in our century. You need people who want to grow. Who wants to grow here? Very good. That's what everyone says. However, who is doing anything to do that other than procrastinating? Who? You're doing. Okay. Now, most of you are thinking, what more can I do? Let me tell you. Start by creating the right habits. Again, as we said, in our company, there's no internal politics. Do you know what's internal politics? There's no internal politics. And previously, I used not to dare say there's no internal politics. Because it's a very big word to say. I've worked in companies, national, multinational, small, big. There's no company with no internal politics. So I had that in our organization, but I never dared to say it because it's somehow non-realistic in people's view. So they will not believe it. But now I can say it proudly. There's no internal politics. We're in the business since 2013, and we never had an incident that reflected internal politics, not one. Everyone cares about everyone else. The only person they hate is me. Yana saying yes, man. Thanks God you said it. I don't want to be lying to people. The quality by continuous training. Who's training himself here? I asked last time, who's taking external courses that are not needed within your curriculum? Who's taking external courses? You're not. Why? You didn't think of it. So let me tell you something. What you learn in university is one very important thing. How to learn. Who believes here that the knowledge you're collecting is what will set you up for the coming 50 years? My friends, what you've learned, you believe that way? Do not. What you've learned in high school is already very old school. You remember we said anyone above 30, you're agreeing, huh? Yeah? We said anyone above 30 is a dinosaur today in your business? And I'm a dinosaur in your business? We said that, yeah? You remember? Anything you learned in high school is so outdated today. Most of what you're learning today will be outdated in a few years. However, how to learn, the process of learning, the mechanism, will always stick to you. And that's most important. And that's why your school is more proactive than others in arranging sessions where you can interact with people who are really doing it today. That's key to you. So, what you need to start realizing is that you need continuous training, and most of it is not part of your curriculum. However, if you achieve on that edge, you are able to change your life. So let's have a challenge. Who wants to have a challenge? Challenge? Very few of us. Why? Okay, we have more. I asked you who knows how to set up a campaign. Let's have a challenge. And I want you please, and let's make it an IMT challenge. Yeah? Let's make it an IMT challenge. Each of you registers, regardless if you're in finance or in marketing, yeah? Registers for one, because eventually they want to open businesses as well, yeah? For one course of online digital marketing the coming week. Call it the coming weekend. And I know you don't love it, you like it, but it's okay. One course. And learn how to set up a campaign of that course. And I want you to pick a course that your university had in the previous few months and market that course. Yeah? How much budget should you put for that? how much do you spend today in a week on chocolate for those who eat chocolate and like chocolate like me? Who loves it? How much do you spend? 10 dirhams a week. Very good. Let's have your budget at 10 dirhams. And think about how many people can you reach by understanding the process of reach. Remember, the collective power of you guys is huge. Is huge. Who here can make a loud noise?
Me.
Show me. Let me see that. Show me, please. Yeah, show me. A loud noise. You said I can make a loud noise.
Yes, sir. I can make a loud noise.
Okay, very good. So let me show you what can happen in the world. Join me, please. Actually, with the gentleman beside you, because his voice was louder. The best about what you have today, guys, is that it can generate while you sleep. Your parents needed to be in their shop to sell, to generate. You can be sleeping at night and your shop generating today, isn't it? Yeah. This is the digital world. Now the gentleman here has loud voice. What I want to see is if we can beat them by doing a simple action of very soft noise. Who has anything in front of him? I have, for example, a water bottle. No, not with the phone. Okay, but you can do it with your hand. And I want us all together at one time to knock with our hands, please. At the same time. Show me your love. Yo! 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 One second. They're smart, they're doing it together. But still, who's beating who, guys? Obviously, I'm beating. You guys are putting as much effort as they are?
No, sir.
No. Look at him. He's not. He was telling him 1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys. So, guys, the beauty of what we can do is that you can approach things as simple as that with 10 dirhams of a budget and create a big noise. So the challenge is, let's see how much noise can we create if each of you creates a very small campaign after having a digital course about something good that has been done. And that inspiration passes on to other people around you. And that inspiration passes to the rest of your school. Who wants to be part of that? Now you're wrong. That's why you need to raise your hand. You can't not raise your hand. So, guys, this is exactly what we wanted to do at all times by creating the right industry reputation. And by growing the right industry reputation, I told you something last time. In 1996, Jeff Bezos said, we used to need to spend. Did I tell you that or not? I told you. 70% of our budgets on shouting, 30% on client experience. Now we can do the opposite. Because people can shout louder than any loud noise or voice over there. And that's simply proven. Without much effort, people can't shout that much. So reputation and industry reputation is key. And that's something that you need to think of. So if you create a reputation of a procrastinator, I'm not sure how much would that serve you. You can change that very fast. Create the right reputation, you'll be able in your business to win over everyone else. And then franchisees will come and say, we want to be part of your system, belief system and economic system, isn't it? Now, at Arms and McGregor, again, we said we want processes. training, and management processes. So we had a process mapping for everything. Do you have a process for your day-to-day? Who has a process for his day? Do you carry out things in your day in a scientific manner, in a planned manner? Do you have a process to doing things? Yes? Everyone in finance here lives on processes, isn't it? From the simplest act you need to do, if you do not follow a process, you may miss an entry, and that entry missed can put you in big trouble, isn't it? Is it? So learn how to create, develop, and follow processes. How can you do that? Who can tell me how can you do that today in your life, every day? Who can tell me?
First of all, setting priorities for the work.
To do what?
Setting priorities.
Setting priorities. Yes, you're right.
Then working towards it, making habits out of it, so that day after day we can repeat that.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So very important. Setting priorities, knowing what to do, prior to what, post what. And then after that, making a habit of it. Yeah? Now, to make that more scientific, put it on paper and follow it consistently and make it smooth so that it reduces your stress. Who gets stressed here prior to an exam? For a reason other than you don't study. By the way, there's somebody down back there didn't do this, did this in the neighborhood. So guys, you get stressed most of the time because you don't have a planned process to approach something, isn't it? You need to have processes. And this is what we've created. I've created great processes. We've created a great process to guide us through our structure and developing our structure. Do you know how difficult is it for a small company, small enterprise, to develop a structure? Remember, in multinationals, there is generals and there is soldiers. Yeah? There is a head of marketing and a head of HR and a head of human retention and a head of human development and a head of training. And each has a department under him, isn't it? In a small company, how can you have that? If you are a startup with 4 employees, heads of what and assistants to what, and what would you do? To build a structure, you need to understand what are the main needed elements in your business so that you can create a balance between money making, growth, and human development. Because again, sustainable growth means sustainable human development, isn't it? And this is what we've worked on, again, within our industry, so that we were able to reach in times capturing projects not only in Dubai but elsewhere, and in 2016 be one of the top 5 property brokerages in Dubai. Now let me give you what does that mean. In Dubai there's around 2,000 property brokerages. At that time it was around 3,000. Somebody from a village in Lebanon called Badaran that has 5,000 people approximately. It's a village where internet reached a few years ago only. Comes into a city like Dubai, where moguls are present, creates a business, and within 3 years has that business called top 5 property brokerages in Dubai. This is what that means. And we're able to do that because we had few people who were great at developing not only their skills, but also the environment around them. You know that we never had an individual say to another individual, no, I'll not help you with this because I'm not your manager. Or it's not my responsibility. Not really. You just tell him, can you help me with this? And you jump on. Who gets the help of his colleagues here while studying? Who helps no one while studying? You help no one. Wow, man, that's so aggressive. Why don't you help anyone? What's your name? Pleasure meeting you, sir. You need help, support from a support environment. And everyone around you can be your support environment. Now I am definite, sir, that you are helping others every day. You know, what are you helping them with? Who helps you most? Tell me. Who helps you most?
Ishan.
Hello, sir. How are you? You help them most. Does he help you?
Yes.
How?
He teaches me life skills.
He?
He teaches me life skills.
That's bad. I know what that means, and that's bad. So, look guys, the good thing in that, what you don't know, is that by him helping you, you are assisting him, developing his knowledge about the subject he is explaining to you. Are you aware? No. So if he's charging you, you need to charge him back now. So what you're doing actually is you're supporting the individual beside you to learn how to comprehend and develop the subject he's up to better. How are you doing that? Sorry? Exactly, and allowing him to practice on you. You are practicing on your colleague your knowledge and the theories you have and the thoughts you have, isn't it? And that's key in an environment. We've developed by doing that, as well as by capturing projects, as I said, locally and internationally on an exclusive level. What does exclusive mean? Who can tell me? Yeah. Actually, with an edge, deprived from others but given to you. An exclusive is very important. Do you have any exclusive skill here? Who has an exclusive skill? Who has an exclusive advantage over everyone else here? You have an exclusive advantage? Join me. Come in. Yeah. To tell me that you have an exclusive advantage, you need to come here. What's your exclusive advantage?
I have good persuasive skill.
Okay. Okay, who's persuaded over here? Guys, who also of you has persuasive skills? Yeah? Who believes that he has better persuasive skills than
Vikash.
Vikash? Very good. Very good. So you have people here who beat you in their opinions. Now I have an unfair advantage over everyone in the world. Do you know what is it? I can outwork you, Vikash, every day of the month. And I never quit. Who can outwork me, guys? Who can outwork me? Very good. So go back and prove it. So, thank you, Vikash. Guys, you have exclusive skills. Exclusive, not because it's not accessible to others. Exclusive because you worked hard to get it. And we had exclusive projects at many times where we worked hard to prove, to persuade people. So we're good at that as well. So to persuade people that we're good enough to get those projects as ours. And we got them, and we have the exclusive approach to the market on them, and we perform big on them. That year, and I mentioned only that year, and the year that followed, just to mention how significant was it our 4th year of business. We had 11 million dirhams of revenue. Remember, we're a small company. At that time, we were quarter the size of what we are today. 11 million dirhams of revenue, and we had net profits of around $1 million. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, what I wanted to tell you is that we reached that by developing systems, working hard, having exclusive edges over everyone else who tried in our environment. So what you need to create daily is an exclusive edge. Who has an edge? Do you have an edge? What edge? What's your edge? You plan and try to finish them accordingly. You finish them accordingly or try to? Will finish them accordingly. Who has an edge also, guys? Who else has an edge?
I'm trying to improve every day and I manage my time so that I'm trying to improve on my skills.
You're trying to improve or you're improving? Improving. Who else has an edge?
I have a few skills that I seem to have unique
Sure.
skills, mostly graphic designing. And,
Who also here knows graphic designing? Oh, that's an edge, huh? Okay, what else?
my background sometimes provides me an edge.
Which is?
I'm an architect.
Very good. So we have an architect. What are you studying now? We have an architect who have an edge in graphic design. Now, if you were an owner of a company